Hi. Hi, welcome back to another What I Ate in a Week. So usually I'm like it's a chill low-key week, but this wasn't for sure. It was kind of like a little bit erratic, but anyways, that's gonna be good food, so who cares about my food habits? Also, I chopped my hair last night. It's extremely choppy and uneven and I hate it, and I just can't wait for it to grow out, but it's okay, it'll grow out. It's okay. So yeah, let me get you started with the video. Day 1 brunch, we're making rice paper rolls. So recently my sleep schedule has been really fucked up. I have been sleeping at 4 or 5 every night. If I sleep earlier at 2, then Cookie wakes me up at 5 anyways. And sleep after that is just rough. Where was I even going with this? Yeah, so because of that I've been eating very late. I'm trying to work on it. These past 4 days, obviously after this week of food got over, I have been trying to sleep before 1 and get up at 7. So let's just hope that becomes a habit because I really need to work on it. So rice paper rolls, completely forgot I had some green onion oil in the fridge. So I added a tablespoon of that with soy sauce and mixed with cottage cheese. This is one of our fillings. Rest we have raw papaya and radish. You know I have to have my peanut butter sauce on the side. This one was less peanut buttery, more soy saucy because I just thought it'll go better with the rolls. There's peanut butter, soy sauce, sweet chili sauce, salt, pepper and a splash of water. Super easy brunch. Rice paper rolls, they just always hit the spot for me. So good. You know those times when you're just preoccupied, you want something to eat but then you're too lazy to cook a proper meal, so you just end up snacking on a bunch of items till you feel full? Yeah, that was me on this day. I just ate a bunch of these random foods, but here we go for dinner. We're making this hybrid between papri chaat and my OG yogurt bowl. I have made these a couple of times off camera and they are just so yum. The yogurt part has grated vegetables, namely carrot and beet, potatoes, onions, curd, salt, cumin powder, chili powder and chaat masala. Put the mix on a layer of papri and then topped with tamarind chutney, onions and bhujia. Really good plate of food. I dreamt about this brunch. So a few days ago, I saw somebody make yogurt pasta and I've just been dreaming about it, like a gnocchi on top of a bed of curd. So that's exactly what I made. This is pumpkin whole wheat gnocchi dough. Kneaded the dough till it was smooth, rolled it like so and then divided into gnocchis. Boiled them in salted water and on a different pan heated butter. In goes full cloves of garlic. When the cloves are brownish, I added curry leaves. After 2 minutes of cooking, I also did just a tablespoon of cream with salt and pepper and the tiniest bit of cinnamon. I cooked for a couple of seconds before adding in the cooked gnocchi. This itself is just fabulous, but on top of yogurt, I can't. Gosh, it's so good. Just a sprinkle of chili flakes and cumin powder and she's ready. Listen, I know I need to expand my vocabulary, but like this was so good. Dinner, we're having a fries and nuggets moment. I don't remember who I was watching on YouTube, but then they really made me crave it, and I had these plant-based chicken nuggets from my vegan What I Ate in a Week video, so I just decided to use them up. I placed them as well as frozen fries on a baking sheet and baked till they were cooked. If you've seen that video, you know I don't love these nuggets. They're just so dry, very soy flavored and bland, but they do work with ketchup, so it's okay. Yeah, the nuggets and fries, they satisfied at night, but in the morning I still wanted the real thing, so I ordered from Burger King. I got a lot of new stuff I hadn't tried before. You can watch the entire order that's uploaded for my What's My Order series. It was a pretty solid order with the exception of a few items. dinner, we have a very classic curd khakra combo. I just realized I have had curd every single day till now, which is good. Curd is very healthy, very nutritious. So there's curd, there's moat, there's bhujia, like duh, and khakra. Simple, easy, good. Okay, Thursday breakfast, we are making bagels. Marinated tomato, cream cheese, everything bagels. Spoiler alert, what you already have if you've seen my shots. The bagel didn't turn out to be perfect. I did quite a few things wrong, and in the end, bagels weren't good, but the end result was good, like the overall result. On the screen, you have the correct measurements to get them right. You let the yeast proof in warm sugar water for 10 minutes before adding in olive oil, salt and flour. Knead this for about 10 minutes or so till you have a very smooth, non-tacky ball. Why am I saying ball? Cover and rest in a warm place for at least 1 hour. I did just 30 minutes, which clearly wasn't enough. These are the best tomatoes like ever. Okay? Slice your tomatoes and basil and then season with garlic, salt, pepper and olive oil. Massage the tomatoes well with your hands with the marinade, and yeah, this goes in the fridge for 20 minutes at least. You basically shape the bagel like I am doing here. They need to be covered and rested again for 30 minutes. So in total, 1.5 hours minimum. For the everything but the bagel seasoning, I did a teaspoon each of white sesame seeds, black sesame seeds, poppy seeds and oregano, seasoned with garlic powder, salt, pepper and onion powder. I boiled my bagels for 45 seconds approx in baking soda brown sugar water and then put them on the baking mat. Brushed with milk, you could alternatively use egg. Sprinkled on the bagel seasoning, and this gets baked in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes or so, or till they are just lightly golden brown. See, that's what you call a doughy bagel. Not cooked through, not proofed enough, not a good bagel. If you follow the steps I've mentioned though, you will get a good bagel. But this bagel, we still need to eat it, so let's just, make it delicious. We're using a generous amount of cream cheese and the best tomatoes ever. Final touches of basil, and that's it. It was actually really good. The tomatoes, oh my gosh, me and tomatoes are clearly having a moment right now. I can just eat tomatoes like apples at this point. Speaking of apples, we are making a whiskey apple cinnamon cake. Very exciting. This stuff is just insane. Like all the mistakes I made in the morning with that bread, I redeemed myself with this stuff. Took 2 apples and peeled them and then chopped into smaller squares. Transferred the apples into a bowl and then mixed with brown sugar, white sugar and cinnamon. Added some whiskey from the cutest bottle ever and just mixed really well and set aside. To a separate bowl, I added milk and vinegar and then let that sit for 5 minutes before adding neutral oil, vanilla essence, pinch of salt, flour, baking soda and baking powder. Mix this really well till a thick but kind of, I don't know how to describe it, that kind of a batter was formed, but once you add the apples, you'll have a thick chunky batter. Oil a baking dish, add a parchment paper and then pour the batter. I added some cranberries for some final touches and baked at 180 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Meanwhile, the caramel sauce. Melted butter on low heat with sugar. Started whisking this till the sugar was melty and brown, and this took about 3 to 4 minutes. Added whiskey and whisked again till it was just looking so pretty, completely golden brown and beautiful. Poked the cake with a chopstick while it was still hot and then poured over that delicious caramel sauce on top of the warm apple cake. Now you do need to let this cool down completely before you slice. Let the caramel be absorbed by the cake. It's just, it's magical, okay? I mean, I don't know what to say, okay? It's just incredible. It's too good to be real. Day 5, the last day. This is my favorite brunch of this week. It's a nourish bowl kind of situation. First element is potatoes, chopped potatoes and seasoned with salt and pepper and olive oil. Next part is the gochujang cottage cheese, a tablespoon of gochujang with a tablespoon of vinegar and soy sauce, brown sugar and garlic. Mixed it and then obviously salt and pepper and paneer. You need to bake the potatoes for 45 minutes and the cottage cheese gets baked in about 25 minutes, both at 180 degrees Celsius. The paneer and potatoes are taking way too long to bake, so I'm just gonna have some cake. This is like It's so moist. Like this. Okay, let's plate. Some red rice, the crispy gochujang paneer, the beautiful golden potatoes, carrots and radishes I marinated in vinegar, salt and sugar, a good drizzle of Tabasco for that heat, and sesame seeds. The paneer is just amazing. Like, usually when I use gochujang, I mix it with noodles or something like that, but this was just so good. Also, the potatoes, perfect. Just see. Guys, it's Durga Puja time, so like the background noise, if you understand. Dinner, I made this burnt garlic tomato pasta. So if you've got only 20 minutes on your hand to make a delicious dinner, you have to make this burnt garlic tomato pasta. Slice a few cloves of garlic, not too thin, not too thick, before adding that to hot olive oil. Let the garlic brown, do its thing while you chop up the tomatoes. Feel free to use cherry tomatoes if you're in a lazy mood. Add the tomatoes to the brown garlic with some salt and some pepper and some sugar. Cover and cook for 5 minutes before adding some pasta water and your pasta. Top with mozzarella and basil and cook till the cheese is all melty. I also added some oregano and cheese ready. Literally so quick to make and so good. So yeah, that's it for this week of foods. I'll see you on my next one. Bye!
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa.